building without a permit in Washington, D.C. isn't just risky, it can be financially devastating. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly what can happen if you decide to skip a crucial step. And trust me, it's not pretty. Number 1, fines. First, let's talk about fines. When it comes to a building without a permit in DC, the city doesn't mess around. You could be facing substantial fines, and I'm not talking about a slap on the wrist here. These fines range from a few $100s to tens of thousands, depending on the nature and the extent of the violation. Here's the kicker. These fines aren't a one-time thing. They can be assessed daily until the violation is corrected. I've seen cases where homeowners were hit with a $2,000 per day fine. Do the math, that adds up fast. And remember, this is on top of what you've already spent on your unpermitted work. But it gets worse. If you're caught repeatedly violating permit requirements, the fines can skyrocket. The city has the authority to double or even triple the fines for repeat offenders. Number 2, stop work orders. Next up, you'll have a stop work order. This is often the first action the city takes when they discover unpermitted work. The stop work order is exactly what it sounds like. You have to immediately halt all construction activities, and I mean immediately. Here's what many people don't realize. A stop work order doesn't just apply to the unpermitted work. It applies to your entire project. Even if you only skipped permits for one part of the renovation, your whole project could be shut down. This can lead to a domino effect of problems. Your contractor's schedule gets thrown off. Materials you've ordered may need to be stored, often at your expense, and all while you're living in a half-finished construction zone. Getting a stop work order lifted isn't a quick process either. You'll need to apply for the proper permits, which can take 3 to even 6 months, depending on the complexity of the project and how backed up the permit office is. Number 3, restoration orders. Now let's talk about something that can really hit you where it hurts. Restoration orders. If the city deems your unpermitted work unsafe or non-compliant with building codes, they could require you to restore the property to its original condition. Let that sink in for a moment. All that money you spent on renovations, gone. All that time and effort, wasted. And now you're facing the cost of undoing everything you've done. I've worked with a client who had added a beautiful sunroom to their home without permits. They have spent over $50,000 on it, and when the city found out, they were ordered to tear it down completely. Not only did they lose their investment, but they had to pay additional costs to remove the addition and restore it to its original state. Number 4, legal action. In several cases, the city may take legal action against you. This goes beyond fines and into the realm of criminal charges. While it's rare for homeowners to face jail time or permit violations, especially in cases of repeated violations, when the unpermitted work has created dangerous conditions. More commonly, legal action can result in civil penalties. These can include additional fines, mandatory community service, or even liens placed on your property. A lien can seriously impact the ability to sell or refinance your home in the future. Legal action also means legal fees. Even if you're eventually win your case, you'll likely spend thousands of dollars on attorney fees. And if you lose, you could be on the hook for the city legal costs as well. Number 5, difficulty selling. And let's talk about the long-term consequences that many people don't consider the impact on future property transactions. Unpermitted work can complicate selling your home in ways you might not expect. First, your legal requirement to disclose any unpermitted work to potential buyers. Many buyers will walk away as soon as they hear this, not want to deal with your potential headaches. If a buyer is still interested, they may have trouble getting a mortgage. Many lenders are wary of properties with unpermitted work, seeing them as risky investments. This severely limits your pool of potential buyers. Even if you find a willing buyer, you're likely to get less for your home. Unpermitted work is often valued at zero or even a negative value by appraisers. So that $50,000 kitchen renovation you did without permits, it might actually decrease your home value. So let's recap. Building without a permit in Washington, D.C. can lead to hefty fines, stop work orders, restoration requirements, legal actions, and major difficulties when you try to sell your property. The risks fall overweighed any time or money you might save by skipping permits. Remember that couple I mentioned in the beginning? They ended up spending over $100,000 to correct their mistake. More than double what they would have spent if they just done things right from the start. Don't let this happen to you. Always check with the DC Department of Consumer and Regulatory Affairs, also known as DCRA, before starting any construction projects. Yes, getting permits can be time-consuming and sometimes frustrating, but it's nothing compared to the nightmare of dealing with consequences of unpermitted work. In my next video, I'll walk you through the process step by step, showing you how to navigate the system effectively and efficiently. If you found this information helpful, please like or subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more crucial renovation advice. Remember, when it comes to home renovation, knowledge isn't just power, it's protection. See you in the next video.